A dramatic rescue caught on camera after a Coast Guard boat overturned in attempting to rescue a stranded fishing boat off the coast of Queens in New York this morning. Coast Guard crews were forced to swim to shore while a rescue helicopter lifted the fishermen to safety.
10 to 12-foot waves battered the fisherman's vessel and the Coast Guard boat as well. Thankfully, no one was seriously injured. Jamie Yuccas is with us now from Rockaway Beach in Queens. Jamie, what exactly happened to these two boats out there?
It is just an incredible story, Christine and Vlad. You can see that fishing boat is still behind me right there. It is up on shore right now, and it's been there for several hours because at 2 o'clock this morning, you both live in the New York City area, and we got hammered with thunderstorms. And while they won't say if that's the initial cause of this boat coming aground into shore, it was part of what happened here because those 12-foot waves started hitting that boat, and it started taking on water. The fishing boat then sent up flares asking for help from the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard tried to make its way out to the boat and ended up overturning on itself. Now, luckily that it was shallow enough water and that the Coast Guard had on special suits that they were able to jump in the water, swim to shore, and were able to make it very safely up to shore, and no one suffered hypothermia there. But because this boat did run aground, the rescue effort for the people, the crew members on that boat, was a little bit more dramatic because once the boat capsized with the Coast Guard, they had to send up a helicopter and pluck each crew member off. Now, you may be wondering, well, why did they do that when it's so close to the shore? But they were so concerned with the way the boat was kind of going back and forth on itself on the beach that something could happen if the crew members ended up jumping off the boat. So very dramatic helicopter rescue for the 7 crew members there.
Jamie, what's interesting is that the Coast Guard deals with emergencies and situations like this all the time. So I'm not sure if they've been able to tell the press what kind of boat that they were using out there, because it seems just incredible that a Coast Guard boat, which is meant for rescues in these type of terrible conditions, would overturn.
I know, I thought that same thing, Vlad, and unfortunately they haven't been releasing much of that information. They've really been focused on the crew members themselves, the 5 crew members that were on that boat. I did just go down to the beach right now, and we're not even at the height of the storm, and I can tell you the winds are very, very strong. And you're talking about 12-foot waves. It does seem unusual in a boat, like you said, used in rescue efforts, that it would overturn and capsize on itself. But, you know, there's different depths of the water. They may have hit something in the water, that type of thing. They just haven't released that type of information just yet.
You know, fishermen are usually pretty in tune to the weather forecast, Jamie. Any idea about what went wrong here, how they got caught up in the storm?
Well, so what it sounds like, and this is very preliminary information, we have not been able to get this confirmed yet, but from a number of fire officials on scene here, they were talking about that they've been speculating that the boat likely lost power and then ended up possibly running aground here. So what it did is that at the height of that storm, the fishing boat probably lost power, started taking on some water, started getting battered by the waves, and then pushed into the shoreline here where it's now resting.
All right, well, the important thing here, Jamie, everyone is okay. Big kudos to the Coast Guard.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jamie Yuccas.
Yep.